Hello everybody and welcome to part 5 of my Desert China series. Not sure what that black screen was about. Hopefully the load goes well. Lot going on. We have finally committed to the Hanging Gardens. Got roads going on, missionaries out. Got units going to deal with camp over there. We found a camp over here. So yes, let's just get to it because I would love to be able to finish up Hanging Gardens um, in this segment so that I don't have to leave you guys with a cliffhanger. Alrighty, so there we do find a camp and it does have a worker, so this is very good news. Guangzhou grows, so we'll lock in next best growth option. And Beijing has grown, so rubbing my hands together, let's see what we can do here. Don't matter at all what this says, as long as we're not starving. So let's just get this number as low as we can right now and let the policy drop another turn or two off of that next turn. So currently says 17. We'll pull and put there down to 14. We'll pull and put there down to 12. We will pull and put there down to 11. Still not starving. And we'll pull there down to 10. Okay. And it was a tight 10, so I'm guessing the policy will only drop it by one turn, not two. Because it's 15%, it can go either way. But we really had to stretch. We weren't picking up as many hammers per tile those last couple maneuvers. Alrighty, let's get some embassies. You know, I've noticed every time I find the Aztecs, they are Coco. I know they're jungle biased, but it just makes me think about how once upon a time Coco wasn't in the single player open-ended game like this. So I think when they made the decision to add that, they kind of gave Aztecs an unintended buff. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Alright, so we do know we have another worker here, so I'll go ahead and start the road here first. It really doesn't matter, because even if there wasn't a worker up there and this was going to be the worker that finishes the road and then gets on the cattle, it's the same distance from here and here. The only thing kind of worth pointing out is that this consumes your movement to enter into, so doing this first means you'll save 1 gold over the course of the entire game. But that's more of a Liberty min-max in me talking. Oh yeah, that's right, we are putting up a quarry here, so we might be able to speed that up. I suppose an argument could have been made for just chopping this down first, really. Maybe. Anyways, let's go talk about this camp. I'll move this guy in so that this guy has a flanking buff. We'll go ahead and soften him up. The way I see this playing out is next turn this guy can step here, shoot. He'll be the first of the warriors to attack, and that way, no matter what comes next, he can get back to the hill on 1 turn, because we don't want him leaving this tile. And even if the camp's still there after that, between this archer and that guy, we can just clean it up. Because we were bouncing visibility-wise, so we know this camp is so young, it's not going to spit another unit out before we can address it. I'm kind of interested in this camp, though, because the timing and the spacing and everything we're not as certain about. So I'm thinking let's go ahead and soften it up. Oh, that really hurt. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. I was thinking he could heal while this guy is finishing the softening up, and then we can just tag team and wipe it out. Because once this camp's done, we don't really need... Because if it does spawn something, Sidon can help us. So we should be able to tank anything that comes out that way. Alright, here we go. It says Hanging Gardens in 9. We'll take this policy. And there we are. Down to 8. Okay, so let's see. Zanzibar losing grasp. And Cape Town is in awe. They are allied, which means for the next 4 turns we're going to have ivory. So we're going to be losing the 4 from there. We're going to be losing the 2 happiness from there. We're actually going to be in unhappiness. But our gold comes back in 2 and our wine comes back in 5. And neither one of them were traded out for other luxuries. So that will be an increase in happiness. So our happiness is actually okay. Because 5 minus 6 is -1 plus 8 is 7. I wanted to say after only 1. I don't know why that seems so hard. I have found, you know, talking while trying to do math makes the math that much harder for me. So I appreciate you guys' patience and Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll probably just clean this up this turn. Nice. Okay. Either way, the important thing was this guy is able to get back to his visibility in one turn, because if he was here, that would just be awkward. The fact that it's awkward for him to get back up to this hill, not a problem. And maybe we just have this archer spot over here for the minute, because he's there, and you know, why not? Alright, so... Ah, that's a nice piece of visibility. It's a little sad that we'll have one tile unaddressed, but I don't see wasting 2 turns just to pick up that one tile. So yeah, nice. Let's watch this tick down. Down to 7. Go, go, go. Alrighty, let's we're cutting around. Let's go. I know there's coast here, and I do kind of want to see the whole Poland-Iroquois show play out. So let's take a step here. Yeah, this is definitely the city tile, so this is just really wacky. I don't know, is this evidence that the AI does buy tiles? I'm not sure. I've never known that. Okay, yet another tile. This guy can basically develop these tiles faster than the growth in the city can occupy them, so there's just no worry there. Let's see, he can come down to here, which is nice. We will just have the archer protect him, not that he needs that protection. No new camp. Oh, you know what? I should have had him come down here in case a camp spawned. Oops. And since it is going to take 2 turns here, we might as well get a little visibility up here before we resume our post. Okay, so we'll just have him heal up like that. Continue on the roads. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, you know what? I never did check when we met him. I don't think he's much of a tradition player. It doesn't say that he is. So really we're down to the 1, just again with the caveat that this indicator does not reference the opener. So anybody could have just the tradition opener and we wouldn't know, but near as we can tell. Alright, gold comes back and we do have somebody willing to trade truffles. So even though it's no difference to us one way or the other, we don't have anybody asking for truffles. I'm just going to go for it, keep the diplomatic relations there and stuff. No longer friends with Zanzibar, so there goes 2 of our happiness. And we'll lose 4 more when... Yeah, so I was right to quit. No, because the wine's not back. Never mind. Never mind. Pedro has completed Terracotta Army. Should I be worried about that? It's probably a response to Rome more than anything to do with us. So in a way, it's good that this expand is coming a little later so we can get the Hanging Gardens. That way, by time he's committed to whatever path he's doing, he's looking at Rome, not us. So, oh nice, they just approached us about going after Hiawatha, so we are inadvertently saving his butt for 1 turn, at least. Or maybe that's not their intention there, I don't know, we'll find out. Or not, like, I don't care. I do want to bounce, but let's heal up first. That seems to make sense to me. Helps keep this guy safe. Same thing with this guy, we'll just heal up and then bounce. The fact that we literally just addressed a camp there means it's probably fine. We don't want to get that guy too invested, because the other guys up here will be coming back. Alright, so he'll finish up the road, and then we'll have to find stuff for our workers to do. We might actually come down, and that's another reason to heal this guy up, so that when he gets down here for visibility, he can protect that. Although while the marsh is there, it's not much in the way of protection, but it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so it looks like next turn we will clean that up. So let's just heal up to the best of our ability and hope nothing spawns on land in the meantime. And because it's so low, I don't even see the need to step in for flanking, because then we just delay our own retreat. So there we go. And we will definitely be taking it, and no other land barbarians. So that was a good thing. Oh, look at this. He scooped Cape Town. It's fine. We weren't going to have it for any length of time. All that really matters is loss of some Golden Age points, which, either way, más o menos. Alrighty, let's finally convert this city. And I didn't bother just showing off that, yeah, when we converted that, now we're double pressure here, single here. And that's another reason to get a missionary out early, is that these are lower pop right now than they will be later, so they'll fall to passive conversion a little easier. Okay, even more mountains, and unfortunately his borders have grown and such, and that's fine. We were more interested in like a counterclockwise clearing of the cloud. He'll just sit tight for a second. In fact, you know what? Since those guys are coming back, well, I guess it doesn't matter either way because we just cleared a camp here, but this seems like a way to get eyes here. He can come up on the hill, and then once he's healed and comes down here, he can kind of be the middle eyes. I like that plan. Alright, those guys are going to heal up. Okay, more mountains. Jeez Louise. Alright, passing along. Ticker says 5 turns. Should be down to 4. Because I think it goes down when it becomes our turn. Yep, 4 turns to go. Unit promotion. Okay, we get some cover going on. Retreat, retreat. Bring that worker in. And it looks like... yes, we will, in fact, have that worker here. It looks like Guangzhou is one of these notifications, as well as Shanghai. So we'll just keep on slotting them in, picking up those 3 free hammers per growth. Terracotta Army was, or Statue of Zeus was built by Poland. So they are occupying a stance. Oh, more happiness. Decent. Behringer Crater. You know what? Let me know what you guys think. I had done a series before, but it was on a lower difficulty where I was Spain, and I we'll come down here, and I set out with the goal of. Hang on, let me focus here because I don't want to screw this up. He can actually come start clearing the marsh, so this makes sense. So I was Spain, and I set out with the goal of occupying Liberty, obviously, occupying every single natural wonder, and it went incredibly well, partially because I spawned near 2 natural wonders, but it was a lot of fun, but it was on Emperor, so not quite as challenging as Immortal. But I figure since I keep leaning into, okay, now the wine is back. And we do have luxuries we can trade, so we might as well do that as well.
Hola.
Hey, this guy's finally got some money, and he wants some horses. So let's watch our gold per turn go up.
Stabbing.
Nice. Alright, so let's make Aztecs happier rather than Poland, because that's less likely to blow up in our face. In fact, Aztecs are positioned where they might actually antagonize Poland. Who knows? Ooh, another religion. The Inca. Wow, that was pretty quick, actually. So I guess that desert folklore really paid off. I mean, this is a small problem because they're a lot closer to us than Venice, obviously. Is their passive spread affecting this guy? It is. That is very unfortunate. Luckily, it's not reaching here. My concern is that because they're desert folklore, they have a pronounced amount of faith per turn. Let's see if we can identify that ish. Yeah, they're right behind us. So if ours is 16, I don't know. Would this be? I would think 0 wouldn't even register. So maybe let's say this is a scale of 1 to 16. So this would be 13ish. I mean, we could count it on. I'm not going to waste you guys' time like that. But I guess my point is they'll probably be able to spit out missionaries as fast as us. Buenos Aires, yeah, okay, I thought that's who it was. That's going to be theirs for sure. But based on what we can see, Zurich and Ragusa are going to be ours if we make it so. So we'll probably have to focus on that a little bit. And that'll keep his missionaries wrapped up. Antagonizing us. Okay, so good news, bad news situation. We got another hammer, didn't take a turn off, and unfortunately by the time we have this chopped down, it's not going to contribute to that. So maybe I should have chopped this down first just to rush the Hanging Gardens. On the other hand, we are about to go into a settler where growth is muted, so maybe speeding up the settler is the superior approach. Who knows, but that's what the path we're locked into now. Did I fix this? I did. Alrighty. Okay, so he's in the way. That's unfortunate. So we'll just have this warrior heal up one more turn. He's damaged, and we do know there's a camp over here, so maybe those two are related. I would have been bringing this archer down anyways. We'll leave the archer right about there for now. Well, maybe not, because if whatever damage this comes across the mountains, he can tank it in the marsh, which is not ideal, and we'll have an archer behind him. So, yeah, we will have the archer, like, come over and maybe help out. Oh, yeah, we wanted this guy to start doubling back, so let's do that now. Okay, this spaced out really well. Alright. I'll take this opportunity. I kind of wanted to head northwest, but let's take this opportunity to get visibility on his tiles. And looks like he's about to expand again, so that's interesting. Okay, it says 3 turns to go. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Zurich desires a trade route. Unfortunately, we're playing tradition, and our trade routes are spoken for. Currency is in the house, so Petra, we are a go at our leisure, so to speak. We really don't, that we know of, we really don't have competition. And I'm just going to take a moment to say, from now on, whenever I make a blanket statement like we don't have any competition, of course I mean based on the information we have right now. Obviously, as you scout more, as people do things, you know, declare war, units pop up, etc., things can change. So let me look at... This worker's actually going to be done in 2, so let's go ahead and whip out trapping, just... because that'll be a way to add a hammer to the city, and this is going to be a crappy city. I don't know. Possibly forever. Who knows. Okay. So, yeah. I don't like the idea of him emerging damaged and us maybe having to tank in the marsh, but what can we do? We'll just step up on the hill. I don't want to get fancy with the visibility. He's about to be healed, so we can keep an eye on that. Okay, well, we're going to get shot, but we can get out of the way at least. Alrighty. So, this worker is coming here. So in the spirit of just staying on top of the capital as much as possible, let's have this worker just zoom over and put a mine in over there. We're about to grow to this tile, which means the ability to buy the copper will be an option. As far as money goes, I'm thinking a granary down here because it is a late expand. It will have wheat. That'll be a really good way to get it off the ground. Because that's, I think, the #1 challenge that we're facing in this series is what to do with our money. Once the city has Petra and we're like buying up hills, that's going to require a lot of money. And but on the other hand, we'll have a lot of hammers to throw at whatever we want to build. So we do need to kind of stay cognizant of that. All right, it says 2 turns to go. Let's see it. I kind of wanted to keep visibility down here, see if I can figure out what's going on with that. Down to 1. Down to 1. Everybody's asking for a trade route. That sucks. Oh, well. What can you do? Alrighty, so visibility is restored up there. That's fantastic. And of course, you know, we could have this archer come here and like just bounce like this. Well, that wouldn't affect that tile. Alright, maybe not. I think we have a good spread of military, generally speaking. Alright, we start the chop. That'll finish while settler is... I don't really see a need to commit the archer to whatever's going on down here, because it might not even wash up on our shore. So we'll just have this guy alert up like this. And that way... Yep, there we go. So we'll be able to put a hammer on that, and that'll be nice. Alright, one last turn of healing and he can go back to bouncing. This is very unfortunate because I don't want to have to take the time to be healing up. But we do have this, so 2 turns we could be fully healed. It's just a question of when to take those 2 turns. Because he's heading back through here and everything, and with Venice and these guys getting religions, I really like to get some visibility up here, but yeah. Okay. Oh, this could be the turn. This could be the turn, right? Ah, yes. We made it. We made it. All right. Nicey nice. Alright, well, unfortunately, we're not going to immediately be able to experience the fruits of our labor. It is saying 8 turns until growth, whereas before it was saying stagnation, so that's pretty incredible. let us go ahead and do the settler. It says 3 turns. Wow. 3 turns. In fact, we're going to chop. We're about to finish a chop. Although if it says 3 turns, there's no way that chop's going to be meaningful, right? Because it's saying all these hammers per turn. Yeah, chop. Well, we'll find out next turn. Alright. Okay, so this would probably be a good time to reveal iron, because we are reaching a point where our workers are running out of stuff to do that's meaningful. Other than more roads, which, you know, low pop here. Not as low a pop, but very distant. And, of course, this will be low pop for a minute. So roads aren't necessarily the best use of our workers' time. Let's see here. We'll keep on heading west. Okay, looks... What we'll do is I'll move the scout till we get to something that we would describe as civilization. No pun intended. You know what, I'll step out here and then put them on alert. That way if a boat comes by, we can actually shoot at it. Because we got the same visibility either way, as well as the same mobility in terms of being able to retreat and such. So, yep. Nice. Okay, very satisfying to see that finish up like that. In a way, it kind of vindicates everything that we've been doing. Of course, it does mean now we got to start being a little more serious about our happiness, because you can see it is low. We're not going to be getting any happiness from our religion. Well, I mean, maybe from enhancement, but we'll have to take a look at that. Somebody said something about divine inspiration, and I kind of want to try that, but it's also looking like happiness will be something that we need to look into, because we simply don't have as many copies of luxuries as we did before in the last series. You know, this city does not have a new luxury, so we literally only have copper, gold, wine, and hopefully sugar. So that's 4 for 4 cities. And as far as the copper itself go, we're only going to have 4 copies total, whereas in the Inca series we had so many copies of gold. Okay, this looks like a border here. Let's see if there's anything back here worth investigating. Unfortunately, it's going to take us a turn to get past that. Let's see here. So yeah, we are approaching civilization, and that should afford our scout time to heal up. So I believe this is the one that was feeding Shanghai. So instead what we will do is move it to Shanghai and feed the capital. And we can see here, without the benefit of the trade route, it's still going to grow, just it's going to be slow. And it's just going to get slower and slower, because every citizen can only occupy the very 2 food it eats. So we'll be butting up against what would essentially be diminishing returns. So if I'm not mistaken, we had gotten an embassy from him before, so the fact that he's offering us gold, that's actually something we'll accept this time. Help get that gold up. In fact, we'll be able to forward a granary right away. Depending on our research and our build queue and stuff, we might also have to buy a paper maker in this city, so that's worth keeping track of, because we wouldn't want our first build project to be that if it's something we're going to buy anyways. So we did spread our religion to the guys that would lose the Pantheon benefit, so I'm not going to do this. We'll just wait until we get an enhancement religion. Iron's just... Are you kidding me? On the very turn the worker finished the chop there. I was going to put in a freshwater farm, but not now. Okay, okay. I wasn't even thinking about that. The settler started here, so I knew, like, this iron made sense to me, right? But I wouldn't have guessed on flat grassland. Okay. That's actually a little unfortunate. Well, we still have a good amount of freshwater growth tiles. Especially with this body of water here. We'll have a farm here, you know, farm there. So yeah, we'll be fine as far as that goes. Guangzhou hits 5 pops. So unfortunately this is the last of the good tiles. But again, once this guy's finished, we can actually do a grass farm, and we'll just move him over, because it is 3 food, whereas the citizen only consumes 2. So that'll be a way to grow this, kind of. Production will be a little light as a result, but we have ways of compensating for that. Okay, so we do have more horse buyers. Is that everything? No, he doesn't want the last one. So we got one more that we can keep for ourselves. Okay, so Build queue. Let's do shrine here. Um, and because I'm looking at tech, we don't know. Well, we can look. We can look. Petra 9. That kind of makes sense when you think about it, because we're already working our best hammer as a holdover from Hanging Gardens. So that would take us 9 turns. Because I kind of want to go philosophy next. So that we can get into National College. But the problem is we're going to need time to either build or buy the paper maker. And we can't balk on the granary down here, because when Petra comes out, we'll have another caravan and we'll want to be able to feed the capital from this city. So yeah, we might not be able to get the National College up immediately, but you know what? Oracle. We were late getting our 4th expand, which means our social policies are going to be a little bit behind. Our science will be a little bit behind too. We'll make up for that in the long run, both of those, but for now, I'm just thinking, like, as far as filler policies go, Liberty into Republic would not be a bad idea, because this city's going to be a little production light. This city's going to be quite production light. And this city's going to be a little production light, at least in the beginning. And it's not just the one hammer, it's also a buff to the hammers you are raking in when you're building buildings. So I actually think this would be Liberty into Republic, after we finish tradition. I don't mean right now, but so that extra social policy might be worthwhile. And then, of course, we'll also start raking in great scientist points earlier as a result, too. So yeah, let's go philosophy with the intention of building Petra, Oracle, and then hopefully National College. Yeah, I like that. That seems like a good deal. Alright, let's whip past this guy and hope we don't get blocked in back here. We will have civil service eventually, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. We'll feed the capital, and next turn when the settler comes out, we'll get to see what the capital looks like when it's full on hammers, but also has Hanging Gardens and a caravan feeding it. And we're about to put up hammers here and here, so maybe the next growth just goes there. I don't know. Let's see. Because do keep in mind that it's just kind of a similar situation, right? Like, we put all our hammers into Hanging Gardens so that Hanging Gardens could give us food. And if we put all our hammers in Petra, since Petra gives us the caravan and we'll have a granary down here, we put all the hammers into Petra and then we get food back. So as far as opportunity costs and everything, that seems to be working out just fine. Okay, settler is finished. Let's see. He's actually finished pulling the marsh off of that. So if the settler ends up here next turn, these two can walk over here and like kind of start. There's iron down here. I didn't even notice that. That is really good. So what we'll do is we'll not only buy a granary, but we'll buy this tile. That way every time a citizen grows, and it'll be growing quick, we'll pick up 3 hammers at first, but then it'll be 4 hammers once it's developed. That'll really help get the city off the ground. Oh, wow, that's so good. I didn't notice that before. Ooh, it says Petra's down to 8. Okay. And we are about to put... Do we have any other workers finishing up? Not this turn, but... 1 miner. Yeah, he'll have an extra hammer in here next turn. So let's just look at this. Petra, we're looking at 6 and 8 right now. This is a relatively weak tile at the moment. Obviously, it's going to be improved next turn. But what happens if we do this? 5 and 9. Now, okay, what about this instead? 5 and 9 still. Alright. I mean, whenever we grow, the extra citizen might very well knock a turn off this either way. Yeah, let's just do this then. That way we're also making the gold. I don't think this will actually short Petra turn, because speeding this up a turn, the extra hammers from that citizen in perpetuity. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so he's occupying the hex we would like to take up. So let's just heal now. I wanted to get up here and then start healing because that seems safer, but obviously our hands are tied. Okay, so we meet another city-state. It gives us a little bit of faith. Looks like there could be more land here. But let's try to escape first, and then if we do get trapped, we can check that out. Because I don't want to get trapped if I can avoid it. Okay, so this is the half-hour mark, so I am going to call it here. I'll take a look at the tile assignments here more off camera just to figure out if there's a way to clean that up. This is part of the reason I, sign off after half-hour point each time, because watching out for mistakes and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next part. Take care.